What's happening?
What's good?
Hey, we hey, we coming in with that big Penix energy right now.
Wait, let's save it. Let's save it,
It's your boy Big Willie Styles, King, Big A, we three kings. Hey, this has been an exciting weekend, fellas.
man.
Exciting weekend. And we got to start first. Of course, we got to talk about these lines today. Victory against Washington Commanders. What was it? 36-27.
Yeah,
A
absolutely.
very sound game today. Honestly, a whole complete game, which is something that I think we all was able to enjoy. So, King, man, go ahead and jump us off, man. What's your speaks, man? Give us something good, man.
Man, you know, I was saying in the previous week, wait until we play Washington. Wait until we play Washington. Philadelphia is a better team than what y'all thinking. You know what I'm saying? Even for the Aiden Hutchinson haters out there. It's Philadelphia, man. Aiden Hutchinson was wired, full of energy, a little out of control. Those first games, some rookies tend to do that, man. They can't control themselves. And that he just couldn't. But he was in the backfield all the time. So I was like, I know we got a big game coming. You know what I'm saying? And today was the day. That absolute beast. 3 sacks today. 3. They was making all that fuss. Oh, Walker got a sack and an interception last week. 3 picks today, man. Went out there, showed his behind his team. The overall, really, the team was just like, come on, bro. We missing what we missing, and to go out and perform like that today and lead the game end to end. What more can you ask for?
It's not more you can ask for. I know everybody they wanted to find something to complain about, but today wasn't it. Honestly, for them to come out, jump out on them on both sides of the ball, was able to get points on the board, was able to get the safety earlier on, they come back and score and shut them out in the first half. That's not something we're used to seeing around here, of course. And like you said, everybody was getting on Aiden Hutchinson. I'll say, of course, I say, he's a rookie. Okay, it's not how much you expect for him to be able to do, coming to his first game, but obviously he learned from it and was able to contribute today in the first half by getting those 3 sacks, and could have had more. It could have been more, but he played up to par. The defense played fast today. It wasn't last days ago. There was a couple of times that they did give up a few plays, but overall, today's game was what we all anticipated, what we were going to see out the Lions this season, and that's being competitive and also controlling the game. We're always used to seeing the Lions come from behind, but today, no, that wasn't there. We had to hold off the Commanders, but also keep the foot on the gas and be able to get them clutch points when we needed them to in that fourth quarter, and that speaks a lot for this team today. Big A.
You know what, man? I've been screaming and screaming for the Lions. Draft one of these boys out of our backyard, man. We passed up on some guys, right? But if they would have missed out on this one, I'd have been writing you guys, asking for commissary, you know what I'm saying? I'm just so grateful that the Jacksonville Jaguars drunk the Kool-Aid, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad they drunk the Kool-Aid. And when you talking about a guy, right? Let's put this into perspective, right? A lot of us that's been watching this game for a long time, right? And I'm going to hip some of you youngsters. At one point in time, it was this guy named Jadeveon Clowney, right? And Jadeveon Clowney had a perfect rating coming out of high school. He was one, I think it's 4 guys who had a perfect rating coming out of high school going into college, right? Mm-hmm. He was the prototypical pass rusher you wanted, all that, right? Make a long story short, he ain't never had 3 sacks in a game. We're talking about a dude that went first round, first pick overall. I mean, he was deemed that from high school. He was going to be that. So I know Lions, we fans, we like to think when we got something, we don't like to give it the praise it deserves. We have something special and Mr. Aiden Hutchinson. 3 sacks in the first half. He also had 2 tackles for loss. Like, I mean, just in the backfield. That's what you want.
Exactly. And King, man, you predicted it, man. You said it.
He sure did.
Wait till next week when we got, get somebody, like I said, we knew that it was going to be a tough battle last week trying to contain Jalen Hurts. That's the type of quarterback he is. But somebody like a Carson Wentz and these other quarterbacks that we can a little bit tee off on, you've seen the difference today. And just like, saying with them guys getting that pressure the way they did, it took some load off on the back end. We was already down a starting cornerback today, but it didn't seem like they were under a lot of pressure to have to cover for so long because we were getting pressure up front. And of course, the linebackers. Shout out to the linebackers. They looked it fast and getting to the ball today. Didn't allow too much to get behind them as well. So overall, the defense, of course, they came to perform today, but the offense, I got to give them credit. Especially, I was concerned because like the inside of our line was all gone. We had 2 backups and 1 practice player on the interior of our line today, and it didn't look like we lost the step. Yeah. And that's just for me when I said we can go high, we can go a lot of places with this line if they're healthy. That should tell you why. So imagine if we had everybody healthy on that offensive line, how far we can go and how much we can control the game with those guys up front. As a former offensive lineman, Big A, you know the deal. When you in them trenches and you know that you got them guys in front of you and you got that feeling like, okay, I got 4 or 5 guys next to me. I know that we going to wreak havoc. I don't care how many skilled guys is out there. If you got an offensive line that's dominant, sky's the limit. Am I lying, Big A?
Listen, as an offensive lineman, listen, man. You're going to have a long day when you get to seeing their teeth. And it's just a good – if there's a lot of chattering and all of that, you're going to have a long day. A long day. And you better not piss them off. Like John Randall said, he said, when you're going up against Larry Allen, when he pancake you tell him a good play. I see you next play, sir. You don't get on that bad side, man. And for the offensive line that we have, man, when they can all get healthy, it's going to only get better.
Exactly.
I hate the fact that all these injuries popped up when the season came, man.
But Big A, the difference today, because something like that with the interior line being injured, that usually crushes us. That usually be the SOL statement that we usually get. Okay, we don't have the healthy guys, and I always knock on wood because I always say I need my guys to be healthy. But you didn't see that today, and I think that that's a lot to say about the coaching that we have. That we got guys that can fill in and not lose a step. Basically,
we have a true team of next man up.
Yep.
Yeah. You hear that a lot. But we actually have that team. We have a team of next man up. I wanted to bring up another topic when it comes to the Lions. Before we do that, shout out to everybody that's in the chat so far.
Yes, sir.
We see all of you guys comment. Shout out to Micro Mike, man, from Chat Sports, man. Also from Lions Nation Unite. We see you also. This dude. Also in the comments, man. But yeah, and also to Daryl, we will bring you in once we get to Michigan and Michigan.
Oh, you best to believe.
But we got to talk about it. Jared Goff. Got to talk about his performance today. Jared Goff, 4 touchdowns a day, 256 yards, took a couple of sacks, about 3 sacks today.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about his performance so far in these first 2 games? He has taken some shots down the field, even though they're not yet connecting. He's taking those shots. You know, him and Chark, they tried to hook up a couple of times a day. So what do you think of Jared Goff's performance in these first 2 games, Willie?
Okay, well, from game 1 to game 2, I see progression, and that's the main thing that you want to see when it comes to your starting quarterback. He wasn't shying away, like you said, from getting down the field, getting the passes down the field. He looked at a lot more relaxed. Now, of course, he's not the most mobile guy, so a couple of those sacks, you know, I think that's something that we're gonna have to deal with because we don't have the most mobile quarterback. But overall, you know, with him, you know, not putting us any dangers, no interceptions, you can't ask for no better. Listen, we got a running game. We don't have to depend on the arm of Jared Goff. So long as you just control with what you can control, manage the game. And that was my whole thing when during the preseason, before the season got started, when I was saying I wasn't worried about Goff because what we got up front, because he's in a position right now, all we need for him to do, listen, don't make the silly mistakes. You can check down every once in a while, go down the field. We got the receivers. Amon-Ra St. Brown is becoming a star in the making if he's not already one. We could deal with Goff. We could deal with Goff. You see what Swift do. You see what Williams do. I wish that him and Hockenson would get on a better page as far as like their connection goes. I see there was a couple of times where they wasn't on kill like I want them to be, but that will come. And just maintain. Listen, we know what we got in Goff, but we got everything else around Goff, and that's what I credit, like, once again, the coaching staff for building the team outside of the quarterback. So today's performance, I give Goff a B+.
You know, and I was going to say the same thing too. You know, the one thing we have to say, right, and this one thing we gotta recognize, which I don't think a lot of people is looking at. I mean, you look at it, two games, and the Lions put up over 70 points. That's not a typical Lion offense as of late. You know what I'm saying? So I think, you know, I like what they did, the little wrinkles they threw in there with St. Brown. You know, the 2 carries he got was like 68 yards. You know what I'm saying? And you know, even with Swift still, you know, battling what he's battling, man. I mean, catch the ball, fall, get up, and go score, man. I mean, it's just like it's a new team, man, and I'm tired of people wanting the same old Lions. No, it's not, man. No, it's not. That's 70 points in 2 games, man. And man, I mean, just along, you know, with these guys, and I know you mentioned it earlier, King, in your recap, we still missing guys, man.
Yeah, on both sides.
We have not played with our whole starting offensive line. You know, we still waiting on J-Mo. You know, we still got defensive linemen that's hurt. Man,
listen, man. I mean, once those dudes get back, it's going to be a whole different dynamic. But there's a opportunity to change that dynamic and take it to the stars, man. We got to talk about this topic. The topic's been floating around out there. Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson listed the Lions as one of the top 3 teams, and the first team he listed as options for him to move on from Baltimore. Lamar Jackson on a Lions team with Amon-Ra St. Brown, DeAndre Swift, J-Mo. Like, you really got, with that offensive line, you really got to sit and think about that for a minute. That would be absolutely crazy. But one of the things I want to note before I ask you guys, this is one of the gifts of NFL Hard Knocks. A lot of fans didn't want NFL Hard Knocks. This is why I wanted it. And this is why I said it was the perfect timing, is because these players watch Hard Knocks and they got an opportunity to see what we have on the inside here in Detroit and this coaching staff. So you got to kind of say, hey, man, maybe Lamar Jackson was watching and he was really digging what he saw on that film. So bringing Lamar Jackson to Detroit, man, we got to talk about it, Willie. What's your thoughts on that, man?
As I recall, I believe I was championing this a while ago. And people was looking like, nah, it could never happen. I was like, but wait a minute. You know, Baltimore playing around. I said we was looking at it, needing a dual threat quarterback. He's in a perfect position to get over it, especially with what we have available as far as like a offensive line. And I think that's the main thing that he's saying was that we got a young offensive line. We got a good core skill players. It'll be a great fit. In my opinion, it would definitely be a great fit. And I honestly feel that we got the ends to pay him. We can make some moves to be able to try to get him in. Also, let's not forget, you know, we still haven't seen Jameson Williams out there yet either. So imagine once he come back and season goes along and the Lions still progressively, because like I said, the Lions right now to me look like they're a team that can compete with any team in this league. Now, whether they win or not, I can't say, but they look like they're very competitive to where they can hang with anybody in this league, in my opinion. I don't see no team right now that could just wash the Lions, you know. So to bring him on would definitely put the trajectory.
It changes everything.
Everything. And honestly, listen, we probably won't be able to get into Ford Field if Lamar Jackson ends up here. We're going to be partying from outside, man.
I mean, just think about it. That Lamar Jackson is what a lot of Lions fans was hoping that Malik Willis would turn into. You know what I'm saying? So he's that already, man. What do you think, Big A?
You know, I mean, I agree, and I think, you know, the thing about it, Willie, I think people just didn't think Baltimore would fumble this that bad. That's why they were saying, you know, the Lamar Jackson thing. But now that you see it, everybody's like, heck yeah! I mean, you just look at what he did in his MVP season on what he had, which was only Mark Andrews. Yeah. Then you bring him over here. He already good with the tight end connection. You got Hockenson. You got Amon-Ra St. Brown. Then he's running the option. Well, what running back did he have at the time? I mean, it's like you can't even remember doing that with Swift. Like, you got Chark over there also. You got an offensive line. I mean, it would be insane.
Curtains.
I mean, insane. I mean, to try. I mean, and that's one thing what people got to realize. Like when people was giving Aiden the slack, it's like, dude, you got to understand. You know, when you a defensive end, man. You want the pocket quarterback. That's what you want. You want that guy. You don't want to have to deal with the quarterback that can run a 4.5. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. And that's athletic, man.
And what he brings was something that we're not getting with Goff is that ability to extend the play. You know, it's certain things, you know, with Goff is like that. If he doesn't get the ball out, it's a great chance he's going to get sacked. But we need that next level to play in this game, like you said, because we got rushers on every team. You got guys, like you said, 6'7", 290 that can run a 4.5 out there. These ain't your typical players anymore. So to have that type of talent, to be able to come into this organization with lighter fire like we haven't seen before. We haven't had
an MVP at quarterback.
We haven't had an opportunity to get a player like that in this organization ever. Mm-hmm. Since I've been in Lions, since I've been watching Lions, I haven't seen a player come in. Ever. If y'all, if anybody in the comics can give us a name of somebody,
they can't.
Then let me know that we had opportunity to get over here. That was a caliber of what Lamar Jackson is.
No, they thought Andre Ware was gonna be that.
When he drafted him, and he, you know, we already knew what that was, and we thought maybe Reggie Bush would have made some changes, but
nobody think that. Nobody think that.
I was trying to give a little love.
They was just trying to sell jerseys.
He was my Blake Griffin at the time.
Right. They was trying to sell jerseys at that time. Come on, they was taking a Piston move. You know, hey man, let's sell them T-Mac jerseys, Allen Iverson jersey. Let's sell a Reggie Bush jersey.
All right, we got to give two young men their flowers, and. You know, these two young men starting off the season amazing, man. Both of my fantasy. But Amon-Ra St. Brown, DeAndre Swift, man.
Woo.
I mean, bro, it's just been crazy.
We haven't had a wide receiver running back combo here like that, since Barry and Herman? Am I lying?
No.
Yeah, because it's like we either had either or, right?
It was either or.
You had
it was
a
either
receiver,
or.
you had a running back. So
and it was mostly receiver because the running backs that we didn't have really didn't. But to see what he brings, to that backfield, to be able to, cut and go and get. We haven't seen too many. How many times
you saying play hurt, catch the ball, fall, and then go get the touchdown? Yeah. That's crazy, man.
To be able to do that, the see 20, 30, 40-yard burst off of one play. We haven't seen that in a while. That's exciting to see. Usually we get 5 yards here, 7 yards there. Maybe somebody go for like 12, but a 30-yard burst, a 40-yard one, we get that like every game coming out of Swift. And then Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Amon-Ra St. Brown. Thank you for my fantasy points today. Amon-Ra St. Brown, man. Like we seen it in the second half of the season, last season. You know what I'm saying? This guy was tearing up the league. And it's just been crazy. You know what I'm saying? But there's also one more person that we have to talk about, and he just hasn't got his respect. It's been quiet about him. But when we had a situation in training camp where a guy started ahead of him, everybody was ready to throw him in the garbage once again. So we got to give Mr.
Okudah
respect.
Listen. Looks like Okudah is coming around.
Sticky again today.
Looks like he's coming around, and I'm thankful for that.
Yeah,
most definitely, like you said, because this is his year. First 2 seasons he didn't finish it out. See, top 3 pick. They was calling him the next big thing at cornerback, but of course he was slowed by injuries. But to see him coming along, and I was just hope that it continues on so they could prove what those analysts were saying about him as supposed to be one of these top corners coming into this league. And definitely want to give him a shout out because he's been catching a lot of slack, mostly because he hasn't been on the field. When you're a top 5, top 3 pick, people want to see you on the field, people want to see you perform, and that's what we haven't seen. Now we're getting to see that. Now we're starting to get benefits from that. Now we got, and then of course we had our other starter out, but to be able to have him come in and perform the way he does definitely benefits this defense, and it makes this defense that much more exciting to watch.
Big A.
Yeah, I agree. You remember when we was talking about our MVPs of the preseason and stuff like that? Okudah was my MVP. Much as it just, it's like hard to say that, but he over here in the mid, and you know what I'm saying. But no, like all serious, like he's not giving up anything, and if you catch something, he's right there for the tackle. Like, I mean, that's all you asking for. If you so happen to give up a pass, let's not let it be any yak after it, and he's locking it down. You have to give it to. For the thing I also don't like about the Fairweather Lions fans, you're so quick to be like, see, same old Lions, saying, look at this guy they drafted,
Mm-hmm.
And then when they doing good, you dwindle off until you be able to have an opportunity to say, same old Lions. Like, nah, man, give this man his props. Battle back from injury and ain't giving up anything. Didn't give up anything in the preseason, and he bringing that to the field the regular season.
Now, let me ask you guys. I know you guys don't feel this way, and I want you guys in the comments, let us know as well. Do y'all feel like this is the same old Lions? Like, can we, after these 2 games, can we officially say, you know what? No, this ain't the same old Lions. Can we say that now, or is it still too soon?
I didn't even need the first 2 games, man. You can tell, you can see the culture, you can feel the culture, you can feel the change in the air. You can tell that they're not doing the same boneheaded things we've seen over the years. Even though every draft pick wasn't perfect, we still had opportunities to get better talent at times.
Mm-hmm.
Still, with what we do have and the picks that have been made and the team that's been put together and the coaching staff that they brung together and just the organization in general, starting from Sheila Foreham down, has been an entire different type of air.
And you know how I can say that this is not the same old Lions? You probably can't count on your hand how many penalties they had today.
Yeah.
How many bonehead penalties that we usually see every game? We don't see it. That's discipline. That's coaching.
And
that's culture.
How many young players and how many fill-in players that we play with today? And you still didn't get that? We got a lot of rookies and second-year guys, and we got a lot of guys that's getting the opportunity because of injuries. Yeah. And you still did not see that today.
That's things that people got to pay attention to. That's different than what we usually seeing. In this game, there wasn't, they improved from the first game. We had several times where drives stalled, too many 3-and-outs. We had a couple of this game, but then they responded with a long kick return or a game-sealing drive to put us up, two scores where, it gave us room to be able to be free on defense and be able to pursue like we could. When the defense is playing with the lead, it gives them an opportunity to play more free than have to be tight and worry about making a mistake to try to make sure they don't mess up, or they have to depend on, okay, I got it. We got to make sure that they don't get this first down for us to be able to get this offense the ball back so we have an opportunity to try to win the game. Not today. Today was different. Today is something that if we can continue to get into that mode, this team, like I said, will be very competitive and make a lot of our predictions, what we're saying, where they could be close to the playoffs, if not into the playoffs, come the end of the season. Because I'm seeing a team that could be able to compete against anybody. And that's something that us as Lions fans, that's all we can ask for going to the second year of this regime.
I totally agree with you, man. I mean, STC Glasso is on fire in the comments, man. I mean, he's speaking facts, man. Like Pro Bowler in the 4th round with Amara, Rodrigo. Like everybody's talking about him. The whole league is talking about Rodrigo, man. Like, I mean, that's in the 6th round. You know what I'm saying? And you just think of how much better we clean up them little 3rd and 4th rounds and extra 2nd round picks, how crazy this draft would have been, man. Like, I mean, you gotta look at what they did. They got an A. And so you gotta look at that direction. The Lions is getting better with the draft. It ain't perfect. We still got a little bit ways to go, but man,
and doing pretty well with free agency too.
Yeah, I mean, you look at Tracy Walker, man, Amani Aurora. You know what I'm saying? These are guys that a lot of people overlook, man. And these guys are balling out. I mean, Tracy Walker, man. Nobody want to come across the middle with Tracy Walker right there, man. Like, it's, man.
Like I said, they just getting started. Started. We haven't even had an opportunity to see them at some real good health. You know what I'm saying? We still gonna add more pieces via the draft and free agency.
Yeah.
So it's gonna get real fun around here. And that same old Lions slogan is gonna die real soon. And I'll be glad when it does, man, because we have one of the most fair weather fan bases that I've ever seen, which I can't argue with because the Lions have done that.
Hey, you still gonna have you gonna still have them people, King. They could win the Super Bowl and then the next year lose the opening game and somebody gonna say, blah, 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 blah.
Hey, you gotta. They asking for you to say the name.
No, I ain't doing it. I know I sounded chopped and screwed. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody,
you know what I'm saying?
Like you sipping on that lean over there in that Gatorade cup, man.
That's that southern vernacular coming out of me, man.
Say it with me now.
Whatever.
I'm just saying.
That's the reason why I say sofa.
All right, man. So we done touched everything. It's about to get disgusting. It's about to get real nasty in here.
Now, before we do, we got to give we got to take a look around the league too, man.
Yeah. I almost forgot.
We got to take a look around the league, see what these scores looking like, man.
Marshawn Lattimore is an op to Mike Evans. Every chance he get an opportunity to try to take Marshawn Lattimore's head off, he do it, man.
All right, so I got them pulled up for you guys. Currently got a game going on right now in the first quarter. The Bears are leading the horrible Packers. Aaron Rodgers has 37 yards. He's 3 for 6 right now.
Hey, before you go,
yeah,
are we heading to a point where it's going to be safe to say Aaron Rodgers?
Everything I'm wearing,
I've had.
Wait, I hate when it does that. Go ahead.
Yeah. Is it look like it's heading to a point where we're going to be able to say it's safe to say Aaron Rodgers single-handed destroyed the Packers?
If that happens, I think that would make a lot of people happy.
It looks like it's going that way, man.
Yeah, because that team is just tough to watch, man. Jets and the Browns, man, 1-point game. The Jets pulled that out. Joe Flacco today. 307 yards, 4 touchdowns from him, topping out the Browns. Of course, we beat the Washington Commanders today. Okay, not again. Really?
Weird flex.
Shout out.
I didn't do it.
No, Buccaneers and Saints, man. Buccaneers pull it out 20-10. Jameis Winston, that's my dog. He tried to eat a W today, didn't work.
Pain.
The New York Giants won again today. They 2-0.
Oh, wow.
Beat the Panthers, man. Not really saying much there, but beat the Panthers. Mr. Jones himself, 22 for 34 today, 176 yards. That is so mediocre. 1 touchdown. But McCaffrey stayed healthy today. He played the whole game. What? Patriots and Steelers. Patriots edge out the Steelers by 3 points today. Colts and Jags. Jags absolutely manslaughter the Colts. The Colts have
that is crazy.
Horrible.
Jags supposed to have a good defense, man.
Man, they
Now I started Indy in my fantasy as my defense too, so y'all know how I'm feeling right now.
You need some yak.
I done took me one back already. You feel me?
Right. Close game between the Dolphins and the Ravens, man. The Dolphins pull it out. Tua Tagovailoa, 36 for 50 attempts today. 469 yards and 6 touchdowns. Lamar Jackson. Let me pull this game up real quick because he had an outstanding game himself.
Yeah. And Tyreek Hill had a great game today too. And,
Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle both had 11 receptions, both over 150 yards, both with 2 TDs.
Yeah,
and I benched Tyreek Hill this week, so I'm also upset about that on my fantasy.
Lamar Jackson went 20 for 29, 318, and 3 TDs.
Yep, 3 TDs. Yeah, he's on my bench in my fantasy, man, and I seen the points like, what's happening in Baltimore?
So are you saying that with those type of stats that would look good over here, in Honolulu blue and silver? Is that what you're saying?
Don't tell
me. Is that what you're trying to hit at? Why you going specifically over there to Lamar Jackson's, highlights and box scores, man?
Yeah, he over there throwing to Rashawn Bateman, Mark Andrews, Likely, Duvernay, Robinson, and Wallace.
Wow. Rams edge out the Falcons today, man. 31-27. Seahawks. 49ers beat the Seahawks today. And guess who was the hero of the game?
Porno G.
Jimmy Garoppolo, man. They got a video on Twitter right now with the fans giving him applause as he was going off the field. He was pretty hype about that. And yeah, they definitely they was playing a song in the background. It feels good. I bet you it do for Mr. Garoppolo. Listen, man.
He did himself a service by signing that 1-year deal. And it looks like it's gonna work out for him because there was chatters about him joining the Cowboys because they was down the quarterback. And
he beat the Seahawks with Geno Smith being quarterback. Let's not go too far.
Hold up, wait a minute. Geno Smith beat Denver last week.
Well, Geno Smith was 24 for 30 today, 97 yards, no touchdowns, and one pick.
So a bunch of check downs.
Yeah. Yeah. So Cowboys beat the Bengals, man. Burrow had a horrible game.
Listen, y'all. We all need to start a GoFundMe.
Yeah.
We got to go get Joe Burrow some protection. Something, man. This man is going to die. He got sacked 6 times today.
Yeah, Macaulay Culkin's had a tough game. Man.
Listen, Cincinnati's not sneaking up on nobody this year. They snuck up on a lot of people last year, which got them into the Super Bowl, but they ain't sneaking up on nobody this year, and they didn't solidify that offensive line like they should.
Exactly.
And now Burrow is playing for it.
Exactly. Y'all done went 2 drafts where you should have got this man an offensive line.
And didn't do it.
You the reason why we got Penei Sewell. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
The next game on the schedule today that was played, let's ride. The Cowboys beat the Houston
Broncos. Yeah, Broncos.
I mean, I said Cowboys. Good Lord. I was looking at the game before that. My bad. The Broncos, man. Mr. Russell Wilson today got his first victory in a Broncos uniform after getting his ass whipped last week. The Cardinals today pulled it out versus the Raiders. Nothing spectacular there. Kyler Murray, 31 for 49, 277 yards and a touchdown. And that's it. So currently right now we await the Packers and the Bears and see what happened with that game, man.
Indeed,
dude. Chat here, y'all.
Banks, what's good, my brother? Lions or Pistons? Who wins a playoff series first?
I'm gonna
say Lions. I'm gonna say Lions.
I'm gonna Lions.
Say the Lions. Yeah, definitely gonna say the Lions. All right, so we covered the league. It's time. We've been waiting for this, boy.
Is it time for the Big Penix energy right now?
It definitely is.
It's a time for the Big Penix energy right now. Let's get to it. Yes, indeed.
Woo! Boy, I can't wait. First off, let's start with the topic. Is Tuck coming?
Not after that Big Penix energy last night, he not. Oh, man, listen. It was a field day on the internet last night. Social media was on fire because that was the game of the night last night.
Yeah.
And we had a time last night. Boy, we had a time last night. Now, where my man Daryl at, man? Because he said he wanted to come in. So, we're going to bring him in so he can go ahead and give his little Sparty take. But, are we going to wait on that or we going to jump into the Michigan talk? Big A, I don't know. What you feeling right now?
Bring him up. Bring him up.
No, he ain't. Let's go to the Michigan.
Okay.
And then we'll get into Michigan State, man. I just wanted to start it out and get a little taste going.
Now, of course, Michigan took care of business yesterday. Beat of course, another cupcake team. We all knew that, that was going to happen. It took care of business. Now it's time for us to get into the to the nitty gritty and get into the Big Ten Conference, of course. Still hearing a lot of complaints about Michigan's schedule, which I got to address once again because, they, people's crying, well, we played a cupcake team like y'all did. How dare y'all? I got to say this for the folks who don't understand college football or just started watching college football yesterday. The teams that they schedule them 3 or 4 or 5 years down the line. So we can't say now. Of course, yeah, these teams that they schedule, they're not the bigger names of them, but we can't tell if they're going to be terrible 3 or 4 years down the line, where they're not as competitive as these other teams. Now, of course, anybody who's a true Michigan fan, and if you're not a true Michigan fan, knowing that our non-conference schedule is always usually sufficient, including us last year where we played a Washington team, like another team from this state played, and the outcome was different. So for the naysayers about Michigan's out of conference schedule this year, okay, we all understand that it was a weak schedule, but it's not going to be a yearly thing for Michigan, of course. And we're not used to saying that.
You forgetting one big thing, Big Willie.
What's that, man?
The dang on Catholics down there in South Bend backed out because they was getting shellacked. So don't forget that point too. We usually
play Notre Dame every year. Y'all know that. It was part of a tradition, but they backed out the schedule, so we had to fill, like you said, we got to fill those. And like you said, y'all know how it is. So you get these teams, you pay these teams to come in to play. These teams are getting paid. These lower teams getting paid to come in and play these big teams. So it helps the school out. And we can't act like we ain't seen these smaller schools come in and beat these bigger teams this year. I.e. Nebraska, i.e. Texas A&M. So it can happen. So the chatter about them
Arkansas
and the reschedule
went down.
They almost went down, yeah, at home. And these are at home. They're playing these teams. They're paying these teams to come in and beat them.
Ohio State gave up 21 points to Toledo.
So, yeah, this season, yeah, I can admit, yeah, the teams were weak. But to our degree, like I said, with us figuring out the quarterback situation, getting, these young guys, that's coming in on this defense and offensive side, it kind of worked in our favor this time that we didn't have to face some of the bigger teams in the non-conference schedule. And now we're going into the conference schedule with guys will get that playing time, getting those jitters out and tasting the field. It's about to be a fun season. So, that last night's game, not last night's game. Yeah, last night's game. Well, yesterday's game, of course.
Yesterday.
Yeah, they took care of business as they should. So can't complain about that. But folks will complain, because they're Spartan fans.
The thing about it is, what people they always notice, right? They never say like, good God, Michigan always got the toughest schedule year in and year out.
We did last year. We had last year.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. For sure. We always, man. And nobody says anything though. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, here come the excuses, right? When I just want all the energy because I gotta save my bullets, even though I got 100-round drum. You know what I'm saying? But listen, Michigan took care of business against UConn, right? But as true fans that we are, right? Because, when we watching games like UConn, we looking at the X's and O's, right? Trente Jones, man, I need you to clean it up.
Yes.
I need you to clean it up.
Listen, we also got to address this too. I'm sorry to interrupt you, Big A, but yeah, he definitely got to clean that up because he's more or less the reason why we lost Cade McNamara for a few weeks. And that's still significant because, he, even though he lost his starting job, we had a solidified quarterback backup and just in case. So, send prayers up for Cade McNamara and hopefully that nothing transpires where we can keep JJ McCarthy healthy because that is a significant injury, him being out for a few weeks. We got several other quarterbacks, but he is a champion quarterback. He did.
No, another thing I was proud to see is when he got into the game, he got a standing ovation, right? And that's the one thing I wanna say, right? Say what you want to say about Harbaugh and everything, but he made it known he was disappointed in everybody doing that, and he made it known he wanted that to change. And I'm glad that Michigan faithful, we ain't like them righty fans up there in the woodshed. You know what I'm saying? Shot thrown. I gotta say, I got a 100-round clip today. I'm telling y'all.
You said what kind of fans?
I'm saving it. You almost no. I'm saving it. You almost made me say it. I gotta save it. But the thing I was thinking about, right? Blake Corum, man, tying that record for 5 touchdowns, right? I wonder, is him and Haskins, having that debate, say, yeah, I tied the record. Mine was against Ohio State, yours was against UConn, just a little friendly chatter, but
Comment is on point.
Yeah, most listen, that's what we was just saying, Dominique, because guess what? Every year before Alabama plays Auburn, and this in the thick of their schedule. At the end of their schedule, they play a division, they ain't on 3 schools. So it's like, yeah, nobody says anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You look around the SEC schedule, nobody played anybody. You know what I'm saying? So, but they did good. They did what they were supposed to do. They handled business. Like I said, we need to clean some things up front. We got to get that cleaned up. Maryland is the next opponent. But Blake Corum, I know a lot of people say, the run game ain't this, Michigan heard it. The play calling was pretty vanilla. Hey, let's get this game over with. And that was it, man. I mean, we played so many guys, man.
They say we played over 112 guys.
Yeah, I think it was like six quarterbacks that played. You know what I'm saying? So, with that happening and just the different running backs and just people getting that valuable playing time, because listen, you could be standing on that sideline, you could be in practice, man. It's a different thing when you got to line up on that field, man. And to getting as much playing time early as possible that you can get, it only benefits. You know what I'm saying? I mean, look at Makari Page, man. He out there balling out of control, man. He dang near decapitated somebody. You know what I'm saying? But
Indeed. So yeah, most definitely, like I said yesterday, they took care of business. It was exciting to watch. This offense, I don't think they still haven't, cracked what they can in potential, as well as the defense too. But if you see the plays that they're calling, they're not, anything that's significant or strategic enough. They're simple plays that they're creating more out of.
Yeah.
So it's going to be fun to watch, man, going forward into this Big Ten season. But we got to bring in our residential
gentleman. What's up?
We got to bring him in because he got to let us know what happened yesterday, man. So I'm gonna sit back and let him do it.
I'm going to get straight to the point. It was embarrassing. It was embarrassing on our defensive side of the ball. It was embarrassing, and the secondary still has not been addressed. I'm looking the majority of the game. I'm sitting like, why is these corners keep playing off? They playing like 10, 17 yards off, and they still getting beat down deep. I'm like, there's no type of communication with the corners and the safeties. And then when you playing off so much, you get the running backs and the tight ends of Washington. The Penix, he dumping it off to him. It's not. It's just. I don't know what the defensive coordinator, what is he doing? What play calling he's doing? It was just embarrassing. It was unacceptable. And give Washington credit, they took advantage of it. Yeah. And then the offensive side, it wasn't really the problem side. Outside the running game, we couldn't run the football. But Peyton Thorne, he didn't play. He played good. He didn't play great.
Well, honestly, I felt like he did play great. He had a couple of passes that was legit. You know, so he didn't make this. He started off with like 9 for 9 or 10 for 10. So for me, I think, well, I wouldn't say he played great. I would say he played his best game as of yet. You know, going back into last season, that's probably the best I've seen him play. But it wasn't enough, of course. And for them to go out there and to underperform the way that they did, as far as like you said, that secondary, which was a problem last season, everybody knowing that, and which was something that should have been addressed. It didn't look like it.
No,
going into the game.
The one thing I want to point out, right? I mean, we can say the secondary all day long, right? But if you ain't getting no pressure, man, and all we kept hearing last week, windman, the transfer, oh, he got 5.5 sacks. Dude, listen, I can go suit up and go get a sack against Western Michigan, Akron, you know what I'm saying? And then check this out. Washington wasn't even playing with they all Pac-12 Jackson Kirkland left tackle. And Windman got shut out. He got shut out. I mean, you could say the secondary all day. Yeah, they blew some coverages, but Penix was just sitting back there.
Hey, this is the part I have to give credit to the Washington Huskies and that coaching staff. They made their receivers and their running backs motion a lot. So when they motion a lot, and when Penix is a running threat, it takes away Wyndham getting pressure on the quarterback. So I gotta give Washington the credit for they made the adjustment and say, hey, they looked at game tape. They looked at what he was doing the first 2 games. Although we didn't play the best competition, but Washington saw their tape. They say, no, we're not gonna let him get to us. And I got to give credit.
But I don't even think they was worried about it, because you got to look at it. I mean, Washington ran the ball better than Michigan State did, and that ain't even their forte to do that.
No.
You know what I'm saying? And then Penix, he didn't run that much. He didn't run as much as Penix used to run it. He was throwing that thing.
Listen. Penix is a problem. And we all know that because, what he did over there in Indiana. If Penix could stay healthy, he'd have been wreaking havoc through the Big Ten Conference, because as nasty as that lefty look, he's accurate with that, and he throws that thing on a rope. So I don't know if they wasn't prepared for Penix.
Yeah.
But the boy had a career day yesterday as far as passing yards goes.
But this is my thing, right? And then there's another thing where I got to get on Tuck, right? When they even asked him about the pass defense, his answer was, we can't get no worse. Like, what? Like, what do you mean? Like, to me, that's crazy. Like, and then there's another thing, even when you're looking at it, like Washington, they didn't even have the stars they usually have at corner, because a couple of their guys was hurt, and then one of the guys, he was a walk-on, and then they got a transfer guy who was like the backup, and he was in there. But what I'm saying is, to go to Peyton Thorne, he didn't turn it on till late in the game. You know what I'm saying? Because Washington already hopped on him. He had them 3 and outs and stuff like that. And another thing, Washington totally took away the run game.
Yeah.
Totally.
They made Peyton Thorne have to throw the ball more than he have to. And Peyton Thorne, he's capable to make the throws. He is capable to make the throws, but the thing is we have issues with the running game. You don't have the Michigan State. We've been knowing, even from Kenneth Walker to LJ Scott, all the running backs we had. We ran football.
Yep.
We pass as much. We ran football. Now with Walker being gone to the NFL, I think Burgers, he's supposed to be that guy, and he's not that guy.
Hey, you know what it is? You know what it is, Big A? Usually this is something that we talk about on the other side with Michigan, when we hit that transfer portal too much and not rely on
and I was
homegrown
into that.
And
this is the thing. Tucker is hitting that transfer portal too much. And I was saying the same thing on the basketball side of Michigan. It got to come to a point Well, you have to start developing the talent that's committing to you. Because if you start to become this coach that I'm going to commit to you, but how do I know you ain't finna go try to look for somebody in the portal? You know what I'm saying? To try to bring in, because you got to believe when you're bringing these guys in the portal, you ain't sitting these guys down.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So another thing you point out in that game, Washington was laying the wood. They took Brassard out of that game. I don't know why they had Brassard running kickoffs. After he got hit on that other one, he ain't really want to run the ball. And that was like, to see what Washington was doing, I'm like, this ain't even their forte. They was bringing the wood. Even the announcers.
In Washington, they're a pretty good Pac-12 team. They're not great. I knew going to that game, I knew it was going to be tough. I knew it was ain't going to be, we're going to come in, we're going to run them over. And they punched us in the mouth when they got the ball the first drive of the game, when they scored a touchdown, and we did not respond to that. They punched us in the mouth. It was to the point we had to play catch up, and it was too late. It was a little too late.
Now we was having trouble yesterday pronouncing all them names on Washington defense. Oh man, you should hear what we was saying last night. I swear we were speaking in tongues.
the Hingle McCringleberry it has dawned in Washington. You hear me?
Yeah, man. I mean, and like I was telling a bunch of people, right? Because I'm like, man, when you really watching this game and you're understanding this game, I kept trying to tell a bunch of Sparty fans, I don't know why they always want to attack me. They never say nothing to Big Willie or King. It's just they always coming at me. But I'm always here for the smart. I kept telling them, hey, man, Michael Penix is over there, man. And, you know, the one thing about it, that boy, he's a game changer, man. He's a game changer.
He is.
No. We're going to get to him. We're going to ruffle him up. And it's like, nah. And that's the thing. Washington kept running that one play where they start the running back off in the backfield, then hurry up and run him out to the sideline, singling up the dang on linebacker, but then throwing the deep post because you know the safety got to help that linebacker. Then throwing the deep post on the other side. I'm like, how are they not seeing this, man?
Yeah, same play.
Yeah, that's when the defensive coordinator and then Mel Tucker, you being false to this. You the head coach. You got to see that stuff. You have to make adjustments. You cannot sit up here and keep allowing that same play, and you having linebackers checking corners. Checking wide receivers and tight ends. They can't cover that long.
This is another thing, Daryl. Let me ask you this, Daryl. So, this is year 3, Tucker, right?
Yes.
Name me one player he's developed.
I can't even say.
And that's sad in year 3 because he's still playing with D'Antonio players and he keep bringing people in and the transfer portal.
I would have to agree on that.
That's insane.
I like Mel Tucker. I like Mel Tucker as a coach.
I do too. No, that's
Mark D'Antonio.
He developed players.
He was developed. He was on another level.
Yeah, he was.
He got see the thing with D'Antonio, he got them guys to stick around 3 and 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
And they bought in.
That's what I'm trying to get to people with Tucker, man. Like, this is year 3. Thorne is a D'Antonio player. Reed, he's lucky Reed didn't leave last year. That's a D'Antonio player.
Yeah.
Like when is he going to develop some players?
I think next year I need to see next season is he's going to have these players that he's getting from these transfer portals or he's recruiting. I need to see is them players is they going to develop from his coaching.
Exactly.
I need to see. I'm not going to judge for this year. I'm going to do it for next season. I will have to, if it doesn't happen next season, and it just tells it, right there. It's a Mark D'Antonio thing.
But
And
that's what I'm saying.
I love Tuck.
When you're looking at it, because like everybody that they talk about as a top player for State, even Xavier Henderson, that's a D'Antonio guy. Jacob Slade, that's a D'Antonio guy. And it's like, when is he's been here 3 years. After a while, like I say, and I'm saying this, like I kept saying this, I'm saying this with Juwan Howard. So last year, I need you going to the transfer portal, bringing a player in here, because we losing guys that you're recruiting because you're bringing in a transfer player over here. And 9 times out of 10, that guy is going to start.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So how am I to trust you as a player that you recruited? I'm here a year, 2 years, and every year you bringing in different guys, and then what?
Yeah.
Well, on another note, since you're a Michigan State fan yourself, we've noticed Michigan State fans turning on Tuck. How do you personally feel, about that situation, man? Because they were killing Tuck.
Yeah.
They were killing him, man.
I think the problem is, with Tuck, he gets in his stuck in his ways at times. And the thing is that we win the games we're supposed to win, and then we say we get a big win. Like last year, we got a big win against Michigan, and then turn around the next game we lose to Purdue. The game we should have won, and then we get shellacked by Ohio State, giving up 49 points in the first half, 56 points total, and then we play Penn State. We squeaked by barely. But it's just like it's a inconsistent. It's an inconsistency, and I think with Spartans fans, we had these expectations that we need to win the Big Ten. Let's beat.
There you go.
Let's beat Ohio State. Let's beat Penn State. And when we say we beat Michigan or we beat Ohio State, but then we turn around, we'll lose to somebody like Maryland. I just think that it's just the inconsistency, and it's been like that for years. And I understand that this game we should have won this game against Washington. Washington's a good team. I'm giving them respect, but we should have won that game. We should not. Their secondary was atrocious. So,
but see, I got another quote for you, right? I told you I got a 100-round clip. You know what I'm saying? So Tucker said, when we look at the film, we're going to be sick because it's going to be death by inches. What game was he in? As a player, when I
think he was referencing that big Penix energy when you talk about inches.
Man, what he trying to say? Oh, we lost by some inches. No, you didn't. Like, no, you didn't, dude. and this is another thing, right? Because Spartan fans was killing me. Oh, we could have won that game. We lost by 11. Look, and this is the thing I'm saying. What game was y'all watching? Because Michael Penix was dealing with an injury, and Washington's offense suffered from that. You know what I'm saying? So, and it was like, and they still. It was like they still couldn't get it done. Like, you seen him over there on the sideline. He's stretching. Big Willie said he was cramping, but you could tell something happened with the Washington offense. So they was on their way to put 50 on them, man.
And you know what? And the second half, I'm going to go right with the second half. When Michigan State got the ball, they drove downfield and they scored a touchdown, and that cut it to a 2-possession game. When they cut it down to 2-possession game, you would think that Michigan State would have the momentum to make a stop to get the ball back. But then turn around, you give up a big play for a touchdown.
And
that was, to me, that was the difference in the ball game. That was the difference in the ball game, because that game, even with the Penix injury, even they offense kind of still. It still feel like Michigan State, they tried to make that little more push, but it was a little too late. Even then, when they make that goal line stand, on that 4th and goal when they stopped them from scoring that touchdown. We get the ball and it turned around. Peyton Thorne, instead of him could have thrown it out of bounds and live to play another down, he throws it right and throws the interception.
Dude, y'all stopped them on goal line a couple times.
Yes, you did.
And
Yes,
then
you
old
did.
boy,
Big A.
what they say, he slipped in his Crocs.
Big A. There's some interesting comments going on right now.
Here we go. Here we go. Now, Daryl, let me ask you this. Now, after watching that game, after watching that game yesterday, what's your feels about MSU this season?
You know what? You know what? I would not be surprised when y'all play us October 29th. I would not be surprised.
Where at?
At the big house?
Yeah. Hold on. Guys, I'm letting y'all know I work out in Ann Arbor. I'm a bus driver out in Ann Arbor. I drive the Ann Arbor Transportation Authority route. I pick up U of M students every day. I go by that stadium every day. Okay? Michigan, the way it look, although they play cupcake 3 games, let's see what happens when they play. Maryland's going to be a tough one. Maryland's not
You see Maryland yesterday?
Tough.
Maryland's going to be. Yeah,
Maryland is going to be a test as far as where we at defensively because they got some experience on the offensive side. So that's I don't see it be a tough one, but they're going to be our first defensive test.
JJ gonna beat their ass, bro.
I said defensive test. I ain't say I ain't worried about the offense. I'm just saying how our defense is gonna hold up.
Okay, King, Maryland's not the Maryland that we seen like 3-4 years ago. You could beat up on them quick. They not that. Maryland's not that team you just gonna easily run over them. I say Michigan gonna win, but it's gonna be
I got something I want to say to Mr. Trucking with the Burks. You must believe I freaking saved your face. So you talk about Michigan State beating Michigan all the time. So been a total of 114 meetings. You know what I'm saying? And this one thing you're going to learn about me trucking with the Burks, you got to come with facts, right? Because when I get quiet on you, I'm pulling from my repertoire. So,
okay, y'all got us in the football, but what about the basketball?
I'm not, Daryl, listen, listen, you're a sensible fan. I got to get at Mr. Trucking with the Burks, who just made the comment saying that State beat us all the time and who has Paul Bunyan. I mean, listen. You got a COVID win, you know what I'm saying? And then you got the win last year where the Zebras helped you, but you got the win. But what I want to say is 114 meetings, 71 wins, 38 losses, and 5 ties. You tell me who got the 71 wins. I'm not talking to you, Daryl, because I know you know. I'm talking to Mr. Trucking with the Burks. Come on, man. I'm talking about something all the time. And come on, man. Look, y'all got Paul Bunyan. Listen, my first Michigan State game in the big house, in the cold with my brothers, King and Big Willie, it was 44-10.
Yeah. Beat that ass like a drum. It's gonna be even worse this time around because JJ gonna lay the wood to your ass. You think Penix beat your ass?
This is what I want y'all to understand this, right? And this is what I see State trying to turn, look how they doing Cade. Look how they doing Cade. Listen, I want y'all to understand this, right? And you can see the difference from the offense with Cade and with JJ. And if you can't see it, you really not a true football fan. You're going to get a full dose of JJ. You know what I'm saying? And it's a total different game. Like you say, when you got to deal with that dual threat quarterback, it's a total different game.
And like you said, Penix didn't run a lot out there.
He didn't have to.
And I'm gonna say this with the JJ McCarthy, and that was a good decision by Jim Harbaugh to go with starting quarterback because he gives you a better chance for this Michigan program to win more football games than Cade McNamara.
That's a fact.
That he gives you, you could tell the offensive flow when he's in the game. It's a lot of movement. That it's like you got not only you got to count for in the running game, You got to account for the passing game, and you don't know if he's going to take off or not. To me, K. McNamara is like one of those prototypical quarterbacks. He's not athletic. He has a decent arm, but he's not athletic. He's not going to give you the opportunity. When I looked at that game when they played Georgia,
Jared Goff.
even Alex Smith. Alex Smith. Yeah, so I just JJ McCarthy gives them the best opportunity to win, and he could be given a better opportunity for them to beat Ohio State than K. McNamara.
Listen, this one thing I want to say, Daryl, to a guy that's played defensive end, right? Listen, you have nightmares of a quarterback that's a dual threat. Listen, when I got a guy that can sit in the pocket, I can overshoot it and come through the back and sack it. Because I know you ain't trying to run. But when you're a guy, and I know if I open up too wide or I'm too far out and I ain't holding my lane, I'm giving you a lane. It's a headache, bro.
Yeah.
It's to have to what you have to do, because you got to play contain 95% of the time. Your coach going to give you one or two plays when you blow your containment. Because guess what? When you blew that containment, that guy done broke you for about 40 yards.
Right.
Yep.
And then the problem with that, having to play contain, there's no legitimate pass rush, which allows him to be able to pick your secondary apart.
You literally have to bear fight your way through the tackle or the guard or whoever it is, because you can't afford to try to play that speed game with this guy who's going to step up and that's going to run on you. Because once that quarterback break containment, even if we in zone protection, we're forced to have to come up.
Right. Now, Daryl, let me ask you this, man, because watching that game yesterday, like I said, the receivers for Washington, they was okay. What you think MSU gonna do against what Roman Wilson has been doing out there, man? Have y'all been watching what that boy been doing? Ronnie Bell is back.
Ronnie Bell,
Cornelius Johnson. Then you got Edwards and Quam coming out the backfield.
And you know what? And that's the problem. If Michigan State did not address this secondary playing against Washington, like I say, Washington's a good football team, but we should be we're supposed to be the better team than them,
bro.
And if we play like that against Washington, we ain't gonna beat no Michigan. We damn sure ain't gonna beat no Ohio State. In the way Penn State look, and the way how they destroy Auburn in Auburn, we ain't gonna beat Penn State.
Now you got MSU schedule. What's these next four that they have now?
I got you.
Yeah, yeah, I might have. Yeah, Big A, you look it up for me.
Yeah, I got you.
Because I think that's important, and I was saying that earlier on when they discussed the Michigan.
The next four is Minnesota, Maryland, Ohio State, Wisconsin, before you meet Michigan.
That's
and
nice.
Wisconsin don't look that great.
The thing about Wisconsin is the run game, right? But they still got the pocket quarterback, so that kind of play. But they got a tough run game.
And Minnesota too.
Minnesota gonna air it out too, also though.
That Mo Abraham, that's a bad boy, man.
And they still got Tanner Morgan. It's like his seventh year.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
Minnesota, they gonna air the ball out.
They got some, they got some work to do. But D Brown, man, I said it was a combination of both.
Yeah, Auburn is bad.
It's a combination of both.
You know what happened to Auburn? Georgia went on their run because Auburn used to kind of get the recruits that didn't go to Alabama. And now it's like a lot of them recruits are going to Georgia. Auburn is bad, man.
Hey, listen, man. Georgia is that deal. Georgia is nothing to play with, man. They's not playing out here. There's that deal, man. I don't listen. They will be in the college football playoffs for sure because both sides of the ball, man. It's just I'm telling you.
But see,
and you know.
Go ahead, girl.
That that Georgia defense, and then I was looking at the halftime show when Booger McFarland was saying that Georgia's defense now is a lot faster, a lot more quicker than they had last year when even they won the title with Nakobe Dean and and all them guys they had last year. This defense now that Georgia has is a lot faster and quicker. And I'm telling you, that Georgia team, I don't think nobody wants to see them. And I won't be surprised they repeat again. And it's got to be up there. It's not just a defense, it's their offense. Stinson Bennett, he's going to have to be on another level.
Brock Bowers.
Let's see, that's where I was about to go, Daryl. I want to see, because, I mean, Stetson Bennett just been sitting back there, right? I do want to see what he going to do when he gets some heat on him. I want to see what he going to do.
Mm-hmm. Is he going to get some heat on him? That's I don't know. We're going to have to, we're going to have to see. We definitely going to have to see. We're going to have to see. So, King, man.
I got a fun fact, though. I wonder why Daryl's still here with us, though. I got to get this one off, right? Why he's still here with us, though, right? So, I was reading something, and they were saying that, so, okay, where's it at? Okay, it said, every Big Team East team that didn't give $95 million fully guaranteed contract to a 16-14 career head coach is undefeated at 3-0.
but Tuck is still coming, right? Is Tuck still coming?
Like I told my homeboy, right? And I keep trying to tell him this. I say, until State get back into that D'Antonio thinking where it's not just beating Michigan is all that matters, is until they get away like, oh, us beating Michigan is the end-all, be-all, they're not going to get back to it. Because to me, for you to go and win your bowl ring and you put your win against Michigan on your ring and you place 4th in the Big Ten, like, you got to get, like, somebody shouldn't be living rent-free that much in your head, man. Like, that's crazy. Like, so you trying to say the accomplishment of your season was beating Michigan. You put that on the side of a Peach Bowl ring? Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
And to me, they got to get back to that D'Antonio era, man.
And that's what I say too, in all seriousness. And that's what I'm saying with the Michigan football. It's not, we have to come in and just beat Ohio State. You know what I'm saying? Right. You want to come in, you not only just beat Ohio State, you want to come in and say, hey, we beat Ohio State, we want to win the Big Ten championship, and we want to win the national championship.
Exactly.
The national championship is the important one.
Exactly.
That's fine. You beat Ohio State. I mean, yes, y'all did it last year at the 10 years of not beating them.
Exactly.
That was a big win. Because
Exactly.
it's been 10 years since y'all beat them. Even though a couple of them
they cheated us, man.
Not the one with that was supposed to be a 4th down.
Barrett was short, man.
Yeah. That was supposed to be a Michigan win instead of Ohio State win.
Exactly.
And that referee, he was from Ohio.
Exactly. And listen, this is my thing. He was suspended up until that game. Mm-hmm. He was suspended for calling games wrong. Yep. But see, this is what I was trying to tell one of my buddies that's a Spartan fan. I said, if Michigan would have got that Big Ten ring and would have put that win of Ohio State on the side of that ring, I would have been pissed. Because all you saying is beat Ohio State. No, man. I want a national championship, and I'm glad, they thinking like that, man.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm saying this: if Michigan didn't beat Ohio State last season, I think Jim Harbaugh would have been gone, or he would have gotten another chance, one more chance.
I think if it wouldn't have been competitive, he would have been in trouble. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
he would have been in trouble because, like I say, we had games where we should have beat them, but we didn't. And then we had some where they
throttled us.
Yeah, it was like,
Yeah.
oh my God, like nah.
Yeah,
Like,
the one game it was a couple years ago. They was in the big house and J.K. Dobbins and he went tortured.
Yeah.
Listen,
We know.
that was the year, when we was playing state, we had y'all 3rd and 25, and we man on straight across the board. Rocky Lombardi just throwing money balls. Dog, I swear I was about to come do something to Don Brown, man.
Yeah, I know y'all glad he wasn't y'all defensive coordinator anymore.
Oh, that's Big Willie Boy right there. He's sad about it.
I ain't sad about it. I always said it was time for him to go.
Oh man! Hey, so on a quick note, man, I know I didn't get a chance to join you on the Lions topic, man, but I'm telling you, I said this beginning of this before Hard Knocks and everything. I said the Detroit Lions, and I'm sticking with it. I see Detroit Lions will go 9-8, and they will be a 7-seed wild card. I don't think they'll win the division yet, unless Green Bay. The way I know I heard you, King. You said Green Bay is horrible, even though right now they are 17-7.
Yeah.
Even I don't count on Aaron Rodgers because he's on there. So, but I think the Lions going to be a playoff team as a wild card. I don't think they're going to win the division yet. I already know another loss is probably going to be guaranteed. It's going to be on Thanksgiving. They play Buffalo.
I want to see the temp of that game, man. I want to see it, bro. You took that out. I want to see that. I want to see the temperature of that game.
That atmosphere is going to be crazy. And
man.
I plan on being in there. You feel
me? Buffalo is favored to win the Super Bowl. They got this juggernaut team.
I quarterback in my fantasy league.
I knew that was coming, King.
and then too, the Lions. I think the Lions got a good chance. They could beat the Dolphins. The Dolphins got to come here
because that's the thing. As we all know, ever since Tua got his hip rearranged, the minute he get any pressure on him, it's over. I remember Big Willie watching that game. We like, man, why did Saban still got him in that game?
And that's the thing about with Saban and Alabama and Ohio State. They love pandering to these quarterbacks to pad their stats so they can look good for these Heisman Trophy things. When you up 4 touchdowns going into the fourth quarter, your quarterback is still out there throwing bombs.
Yeah, and
Saban hurt Tua's NFL career, and I'm gonna keep saying it. Saban hurt Tua's NFL career.
Did y'all see Ohio State put 77 on Toledo?
Come on, man! Against Toledo, really?
That was crazy.
Yeah. But we're gonna get into them scores, man. King, go ahead and run us down with the top 25, my brother.
Top 25. First game, Georgia did what Georgia absolutely should have did. 48-7.
Spencer Rattler, man, it just ain't working for you, buddy.
Man, that boy, he was a Heisman favorite last year going into the season. Now look at him, man.
Alabama take care of Monroe like they should. Nothing exciting here. Also, Ohio State, nothing exciting against Michigan. Nothing exciting against.
Hey, but look, but one thing you got to notice though, everybody want to say, "Oh, Ohio State got a defense now." 21 points to Toledo.
Yeah,
and they scored early in that first quarter too on the bomb.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. So that defense still a little shaky, but
it's a little shaky, and I know they did with Notre Dame, what they held Notre Dame to 70-something total yards in the second half, but I mean, like you said, you're right, they suspect. So.
Notre Dame held they up to 70.
Right.
So of course we gave you kind of donut ball. Clemson takes care of Louisiana Tech.
Mm-hmm.
Oklahoma takes care of Nebraska in a hell of a fashion.
Nebraska, they just can't catch a break.
They just fired their defensive coordinator.
As they should.
USC take care of Fresno State, and we got Oklahoma State taking care of business against Arkansas Pine Bluff.
Pine Bluff. Ugh.
Lord,
Kentucky. They're in the top 10. That's
Well, they
new.
got a choice.
Mr. Josh Pascal, who we have not yet seen grace the field at all whatsoever.
Kentucky gonna be a tough one this year. Yeah.
Arkansas,
Kentucky got to play Georgia in the regular season.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, Arkansas beat Missouri State 38-27.
No, don't go to that score. Like, no.
Michigan State loses to the Purple Rain, and Penix throws for 400 yards, basically, and 4 touchdowns.
Before you go, Daryl, did you hear when the announcer said,
"Oh God,
Michigan State fans
busted,
disgusted, and not to be trusted"?
I could not stop. I lost my voice laughing at the TV.
Did you see old boy giving the death stare like he ready to just kill anybody?
Hey,
I don't even want to talk about it.
Then my man, he had to hit his little vape pen, man, to cool himself off in the stage. He was just proud. I'm sick of this shit. And it's crazy because my boy flew out there this weekend to go to the game. So of course, I had to hit him with a text because he always hit me up when Michigan loses because he's a state fan, graduate. Shout out to my boy Sean. That's my Detroit versus everybody brother. I had to hit him with, "Hey man, you all right out there?" Because he was in the building last night. So he's like, "Hell no, it ain't all right."
And I gotta say another thing that a lot of Washington fans were saying, if you look at their pages, they say Sparty was deep out there,
represent.
Man.
Yes, they was.
Yeah, we did. Yes,
they was.
They say Sparty was deep. They was loud and all of that.
Yeah, they was.
Great job, Sparty, on how to fire up the football team to beat your ass. Oregon takes care of BYU.
That's
41-20. Utah beats San Diego State.
Hold on. Don't you do that. You better go back to that Texas A&M and speed and space down there in Miami.
With old Josh Gaddis down there making some big noise, huh?
Yeah, Mr. Speed and Space.
That we never got
9 points.
That we never got to see no speed and no space while he was offensive coordinator here. Hey,
this is another thing though. A lot of people didn't notice. Texas A&M had 3 players that was suspended for this game. Yeah. It didn't come out why, but I know one of them dudes is one of their new 5-star freshmen that got that good old NIL deal. So keep an eye on that.
Of course, we're definitely gonna look into that.
Utah takes a dub against San Diego State. Tennessee beats Akron. NC State take care of Texas Tech. Baylor takes care of Texas State. Florida
squeaked it out.
Really beat South Florida. They had a chance to make some history and they blew it.
Man, I like that Anthony Richards, man. But he's like a high risk dude, man. Like,
yeah, he's fun to watch. But
exactly.
But he gonna scare you for sure.
Exactly.
He kind of remind me of a little bit of a Denard Robinson, man.
Yeah, that's a fair comparison.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's go over the top 25. The new top 25 that came out, King.
Oh,
yeah.
The AP.
Oh yeah,
I know Michigan State. We dropped all that. I really
dropped,
know, man.
Drake. Boy, y'all got kicked out.
All right, so I got that pulled up, and
I don't think we got kicked out. But
no, y'all kicked out, brother.
Here we go. Top 25. Michigan still at 4th.
Yep.
Fuck, we should be at 3.
Hey, look, he looking hard, Big Willie. He think we playing.
Oh, come on. Oh, my goodness, man.
Now they giving y'all credit
But
on
the coaches poll, we still in the coaches poll.
Yeah, they got y'all at 21.
Yeah.
but the AP said bye-bye.
Yeah.
Sparty.
Yeah. Sparty, I think it was a message at the bottom said Tuck coming or something. Yeah. I don't think he's coming. I think he went home. I think that's what happened.
I think Tuck came quick. I think Tuck was a quick pumper.
You know, one thing the announcer said too, which it goes to say how much Kenneth Walker made a difference too, because he was saying, he was like, when you looking at the offensive line, a lot of people saying, oh, the offensive line, you know, it's horrible. He was saying it like, the offensive line been horrible. He was like, Kenneth Walker was just, he broke a lot of tackles, which he did.
Yeah, he made some
Broke
stuff happen
a lot
last
of
season
tackles,
for sure.
man.
Yeah, and the offensive line, you're right. It has not been great over the few years we had. That's not been great. It is. I know with Peyton Thorne, when he has to, Peyton Thorne, he make throws when he has to make throws. He knows when to get out the pocket at times. You know, I know sometimes he's just like, man, why did you take that sack? Why? Just get outside the tackle box. Just throw the ball away. Live for another down. You know, and I questioned the play calling for the coaching staff. I questioned that too at times. Like, why are we running this play? Why? What are we doing? So I mean, we got a lot of work. We got our work cut out, and we got a lot to do. And if we don't address this secondary stuff quick, like I said, we're gonna get torched by y'all.
It's gonna be a long season.
We're gonna get torched by Ohio State, Penn State. We're gonna get torched.
Indeed,
but I'm telling you though, I know y'all keep just thinking it's a secondary thing. I think it's when it starts up front. When you can't do nothing up front, man, it just ain't gonna be good whatsoever, man. Mm-hmm. And it's like when you get to the point, because when you look at it, it was man, y'all went to the zone because the man was just getting y'all so much. But it was like even in the zone, after a while, it's like, I mean, Penix, he was just getting the ball and still in the same spot.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So definitely got some work to do, man. But you know what, Daryl, man, we appreciate you coming on, man, and bearing with us, man. You know, you let us beat on you a little bit, but you represented Michigan State real, man.
And like I said, I come on here. If Michigan State loses, I'm a man about it. I'm gonna come on here. And when they win, on here as well. I appreciate it. I would love to join y'all every Sunday, man. Talking Michigan State talk, you know, and hope future for seeing future come in, join in, talking Lions talk. King, you was spot on, you know, earlier about the Lions, man. That Lions, to me, and I want to say this right quick. This was the best Jared Goff game he played as a Lion today. Since he's been a Lion, this is the best game he played. And then I say he made some throws that he had to make. There was some to him and DJ Chark. It's gonna take time. They're gonna be on the same page eventually. Yeah. You know, it's gonna take time with that. But I'm around St. Brown. This guy is on another level. And the week to keep playing like that, I'm telling you, this man is gonna get a huge contract, whether if it's here or somebody else. He's
gonna
get that huge contract.
He's not going nowhere.
I'm just hypothetically saying, but you know, it's just Hawkinson, just him and you know, Goff and Hawkinson, they got to get that chemistry together. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Get that together.
I believe St. Brown is gonna get extended after this season. We're not even gonna waste no time. I think they're gonna jump on him after this season for sure.
Yeah, and this I said the culture, like King was talking about it earlier. You know, it's the culture. You know, you can see that culture. You see the difference. Dan Campbell and that coaching staff, what they bring. A lot of the coaching staff, they former players. To Staley, and I got to get a shout out to Mark Brunell. I got to get the quarterback's coach. I got to get a shout out to him because you can see a difference of Jared Goff, the throws that he's making, the decision making that he's doing. You know, it's better than what it was last season. And you got that whole entire coaching staff is deserve more appreciation and recognition, man. This Detroit Lions team is gonna give everybody their best shot. I
And
don't
not
care.
only that,
And
they are finally going to bring some players here.
yeah,
Watch.
And players are going to finally want to come here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I mean.
Let's say,
yeah,
for sure.
And then it's just not only they want to bring players, they're going to bring players that wants to play, that's going to play hard, that's going to play disciplined football. And like Big Willie, you brought up earlier about that's not the same old Lions. This is they not making stupid penalties that cost them the game, that cost them yards and points. You could tell the discipline in those two games, but you could see the difference. They're not getting these unnecessary rough in the passer, and they're not getting unnecessary
holding penalties. They stall drives. Yeah,
that's killing them on drives. They running the football. They passing where they have to, and their defense. They defense is it still needs some work, but you can tell it's the progression. It's getting better, and I love Aaron Glenn. He's going to get a head coaching job.
Yeah, I think this might be our last year with him.
It's gonna suck when he leaves, man.
We might have lost him after this season, man.
Yeah, he's going to get a head coaching job, and I'm telling you, them players love playing for Dan Campbell. And I'd say the Lions going 9-8. That's my prediction. They're going to be the 7th seed to me. They could possibly be a 6th seed. You know, I'm not so. And as far as our division, I'm not sold on Minnesota yet. I'm not sold on Minnesota. I'm not sold on.
They always just inconsistent, man.
Yeah,
so inconsistent.
And Bears is going to be the Bears. You know, they ain't gonna do nothing.
They still ain't get that man online help. And and that's another Justin Field, man. He was coddled over there at Ohio State because he's getting exposed.
Green Bay.
He's getting exposed right now.
Yeah,
he's getting exposed right now.
And the Lions is definitely going to be the best team in that division. Definitely. I'm not sold on Minnesota yet. They got the offense. They got the weapons and offense. I'm not sold on their defense. I'm sold on Minnesota. Yeah, I'm not. I think the Lions going to be the second best team in our division, and I believe they're going to make the playoffs, and won't be surprised we win a playoff game.
That'd be nice. Well, we appreciate you, Daryl, man, for coming in, man, and sharing your thoughts with us, man. Definitely look forward to you jumping back in with us all the time, man. You've been rocking with us for a minute. We appreciate you, my brother.
I appreciate you, man. I'll be looking for you to hear y'all next Sunday, man.
For sure, man.
We got to get Daryl something, man.
For sure, man. We got to make sure we put a nice package together for our brother, man.
Man.
I don't know what happened with Justin Fields, but saying he only 5 for 6 in 2 quarters, and the game is 24-7.
No, they probably got to him, man. All right, wow, Joshua. Wow.
Somebody jumping the gun, man.
Jumping the gun, man. That's what we're doing.
Let's go. Joshua, stay out of our notes, man.
We gotta talk about it.
Hacking my computer. Those pictures ain't mine. All right, man. All right. We gotta talk. I can't believe it. But we gotta talk because, man, it's a topic that you just can't get around right now.
Look at this Teddy Graham Levert down there.
Russell Westbrook, a Detroit Piston, simply for asset purposes. Because that's all it's about. He ain't coming here to help you win nothing. It's literally just to gather more resources. That's all. So obviously to help him as a guy to mentor some of the guards that we have here especially Mr. Jaden Ivey, who's constantly compared to a young Russell Westbrook, and who is also a part of the OKC team, which Mr. Troy Weaver's he loves so much. So we know what this situation is. We know what it's about. It's not a basketball type of thing. It is simply just gathering assets while this team grows, because that's what type of season this is. I don't know why I keep having to tell people that. That's what this season is. It's growth and development year for these guys, and they are legitimately trying to go out and win some games this season with this young unit. So that's the move, man. What? Just give it to us, Willie, man.
Hold on, King. Before you go, King, propose the trade, though. What's the trade?
The trade. Russell Westbrook, the trade. The trade was.
Well, you got it?
I know it by heart.
Okay, go
Nerlens Noel, Alec Burks, Kelly Olynyk. And who was it? Was it? I know it didn't say Diallo, did it?
No,
Saban Lee. Now I got a different one though.
Yeah,
I got mine's had of course it still had Kemba Walker, Corey Joseph, Nerlens Noel, Kelly Olynyk, and Saban Lee. That's the one that somebody popped up on mine. And in return, we get Russell Westbrook, the Lakers' first round pick in 2027, and their 2023 picks proposed. That was the proposal that I saw. And also, the two second round picks in 2023. Now, of course, I had to get into it with Big A about this one when it was proposed, because I wasn't opposed to it only. Now, this was my thing. Why? This was only.
I'm gonna tell you why I can't.
If the season wasn't going according to plan, as far as us being in contention. If we're not in contention, like I said, this could be not early on, but in mid-season.
You talking about a deadline trade?
Yeah, that's how I was feeling it. Right now I want to see what this young team, see what they can do. But if we're not in contention, this is my say. If we're not in contention, I say pull the plug.
Willie.
Can I go, King? Can I go?
You go first, because I got some shots to let off about this.
This is what irritates me sometimes with
today.
Detroit fans. I need y'all to understand, Detroit as a whole, we are the innovators. I want y'all to understand that. We don't follow trends. We don't do none of that. And I guarantee you, if Donovan Mitchell didn't get traded to Cleveland, y'all would not be saying, go get this Russell Westbrook BS. And I'm not talking you, Big Willie. I'm talking the rest of these other people.
Honestly, I agree. I agree with you on that.
Oh, okay.
I agree with you on
that.
But
I know that's not what you saying. That's what I'm saying as far as you. But the rest of these fans, y'all seen Donovan Mitchell went over there to Cleveland, and y'all like, oh my God, we got to bring somebody in. No, we don't.
No, the fuck we don't.
No, we don't.
Shit.
Hey.
Listen, man. Bro, listen. Russell Westbrook needs to stay the hell away from my team.
Exactly.
Okay. I don't want to give you anything. I don't care if it's at the deadline. I don't care if it's one day left in the season and we bring him over.
Now, no. King, even if that means you get rid of your favorite player, Corey Joseph, and the great
I'd rather have him here than to bring that headache of a damn problem.
That negativity.
Westbrook. Listen, this is my problem with Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook is not finna come over here and play the old veteran. He's gonna want the basketball because he still think he got it for some reason, and he's gonna take the ball out of people's hands. We literally just drafted him. We just drafted Ivy. Why are we bringing him over here? For what? Let the young.
But you said, King. Hold on, King. Like you said, he's a Troy Weaver guy, right? Don't you think Troy Weaver would lay it down for him with what we're needing him to come in for if he traded for the season?
Who we talking about?
Westbrook and LeBron.
Westbrook don't listen to nobody.
You don't listen to nobody.
Nobody.
I don't know, man.
I don't need his weird ass clothes at the practice.
Listen, Willie.
I agree on the weird clothes. I can't get down with it. Listen,
Willie. Let me get
Detroit
this out.
style is different than anybody else.
Let me get this out, Willie. Listen, me knowing you, if you on the Pistons organization, you gonna tell Westbrook, bruh, let's get it out the way. Cause just how he is, you not gonna tolerate him, bro. All the how loud he is, the how it's me. Like, we don't need that over here, man.
That man ain't been willing to take a back seat for nothing. Ever.
Nothing.
And this man is you finna bring him over here and give him to Dwayne Casey? What? That's not gonna work.
I mean, but the thing was, my point of view of it, I didn't really matter of it working because, like I said, it was just on borrowed time anyway. My thing was looking ahead as far as, like I said, when I seen the proposal, I said, but if, like I said, mine was on whether or not we was in contention or not. Whether he works or not didn't matter. It's what his contract brings and what those picks bring going into the offseason. That's going to free us up cap space as well as get us some more draft picks for Troy Weaver to maneuver again.
Picks to us right now.
They're maneuver pieces. Like, you know, Troy Weaver has been a wizard when it comes to these picks.
Yeah. Bro,
so listen, my thing is if we've been trusting Troy Weaver all this time, and Troy Weaver is thinking ahead of all of us, like he has been these past couple of seasons. If he allows Russell Westbrook to come in, I'm thinking he know, okay, listen, we just got you in for this borrowed time to use your contract to clear up our cap space once we get you out of here, because he's not going to be in our future, and get them draft picks and maneuver around to where we can solidify that bench that we got to get some more top players as well as bring some guys in. That's what I was thinking of it. Now, am I all the way for it? No, but I'm not too against it in certain instances. Like, I'm not, listen, for me, like I said, I'm a Westbrook fan, you know, so I feel like he gets a lot of negativity, even though some was brought on himself. I can admit that. And he's not the Russell Westbrook that he was 2 years ago, last year. So my feeling is if Troy Weaver
is the Russell Westbrook he was last year.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
A rest break.
No, he's not. If Troy Weaver can get him and to buy into, well, listen, you just come in to mentor these guys for the season. This is basically like a free season, but just come in, mentor him, get you in, and you be gone next season to try to get your contract.
But this is my thing. This is my thing, but not to cut you off. Who has he mentored? Everybody he played with, they be glad when he gone.
Okay, but he's like that's what I'm saying. He's not what he was.
Listen. First of all, y'all ain't considering something. Number two ain't finna tolerate that shit. So you ain't about to come in here regulating number two. That's not what's gonna happen. So you're gonna come in here and play the grandfather veteran guy, the mentor people. That ain't what Russell is. That is not what he is.
He's still trying to get a triple-double.
You ain't taking the ball out of K's hand. So you can forget that. Like, what is the point of you being here? Really? Like, I get it with the assets and all of that shit, man. At the end of the day, you got to stop playing NBA 2K at one point and say, hey, let's go with what we got right now, and then we can go and add some veterans when it's time to start winning, like fucking Cleveland did. We ain't there right now, so we don't need this project.
Nope.
It's unnecessary. That is my biggest point. It's unnecessary. And then what? You want to get some more picks? Some of these fans still got this dumbass hope for Victor. Nobody wants this bony ass kid here, man.
Mm-mm.
Listen, I think you're discriminative to guys with thin frames there, King, man. You be going in on these thin frame guys, man.
We already got Duran, Stu, and Bagley already. We don't need him.
No, we don't need him.
Y'all kind of discriminative on this size tip, man. I noticed that, man. Anybody skinny, man, y'all turn your noses up at them, man.
Bro, I'm just saying, man.
Listen,
it's just unnecessary to me. That's just me personally.
When it's time to bang in that paint, You know what I'm saying? Mm-mm.
Well, you know, it's like I said, it's a different league. But like I said, mine was contingent upon where the Pistons was at. You know, I would like for them just to say, you know, we're just gonna run this young core and just go about this season. But at the point in time where we knowing that if it gets to the mid-season trade deadline and we're not in position, why not just go ahead and bring them in to go ahead and work towards the future?
But this the thing you got to think about it too. But even if we go to that route, if you're saying a mid-season trade, he already pissed off to the highest festivity because apparently it's not going to be working over there in LA. Then he gonna come over here and do nothing but pout
and cry.
We don't
and
need that,
basketball. We ain't got no basketballs for Russ, bro.
Nah.
We don't. Those balls need to go strictly to K and to Mr. Ivy. No,
I can see you, Big Willie, about to get locked up because you wasted half your season tickets on him down there acting like a button.
Listen, Josh sniffing the hell out the rims down there.
Listen.
What did you say? You can steer Josh Smith, Clank.
You think it's gonna be better with Westbrook?
Listen, guys. Listen. If we do get Russell Westbrook over here, I will personally hold him responsible. I will be down there to make sure he stays in line if I have to.
Man,
don't worry about
it. Work.
I got bond money. Just put it like that.
That ain't gonna work, man.
Now, well, let me ask you guys this: if something happened, was they do pull off the trade, is it still Troy Weaver we trust, or is it like no, Troy Weaver, you messing up, man? What is it? Do we still trust Troy Weaver?
Troy ain't perfect. He ain't perfect.
We know that.
A lot of people talk like he do. I mean, he still brought Kelly Olynyk here.
Hey, man. Hey, listen. Don't you hate on the great white hope? Because you sure ain't dissing that first round draft pick he brought in here too. His first time.
I don't care, man. I don't care.
We ain't gonna
Kelly Olynyk wears a Pistons jersey. I have a problem with that.
You shouldn't, man. That's a great white hype right there, man.
I'm tired of Kelly Curry, man. I'm sick of this guy.
With the step back, man. You gotta get that man. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, hold on. Look what Dominique said.
Brick by brick.
Brick by brick.
Nah, but on a serious note, man, if Troy was to do something like that, you know, obviously, hey, man, we ain't got no choice but to go with it. I wouldn't be for it. I'm not even gonna lie. I just wouldn't. I would not be for it, man.
To me, I
feel like you pressing doing that.
Yeah, and like I say, it's just all because you see what Cleveland did. And then my thing is when you got these young guys and the continuity and all of that they already got, why bring the old bitter dude in?
I can, you know, I can see that, you know.
Yeah.
But like
because
I said, with me, it was just
Russ is a different person.
I can see
if he's a different person, sure.
Right.
But Russ mentality is the problem.
I can see if he's coming over in that Andre Iguodala type of thing, the way he helped mold Andrew Wiggins over there. You know what I'm saying? I can see a Russ on some stuff like that, but he ain't there.
If Russ was Chris Paul, you know what I'm saying? When they took him over there to Phoenix, man, with that young squad they had, and look at the effects it had over there. But we have a number one guy already. We already have a number one guy, so that's the difference. Russ is not going to have that opportunity like a Chris Paul did with Phoenix. He's not going to have the ball in his hands. He's not going to be running his team. So it's going to make him even more disgruntled, and it's going to be an Allen Iverson in Detroit fucking situation. And I'm not trying to have that.
Yeah, well, yeah, he does bring up memories of Allen Iverson because, like y'all said, you know, Allen Iverson was one that he had to have the ball in his hand, and it didn't work out for us. Yep. So if and that's the thing about Allen Iverson when he got over here, that he didn't buy in. He still he was Allen Iverson, and he wasn't the Allen Iverson that he was. The only way, like I said, like you guys were saying, if he was to buy in and say, listen, you just here for the little mental purposes, you're gonna be going out there, get you a nice contract with somebody else next year. Just go ahead and show that, because I think it would be a show me type of situation for Russell Westbrook, because he's going to want to get a nice size contract going into next season. But if he come over here and be a disturbance, that's going to hurt his stock going into next season. But if he come in a mentor type of situation, buying in, helping these young guys, if he does that helps his case. So
Listen,
I think that was something that Troy Weaver would have to have a conversation with him about. Listen, we're gonna do this. You gotta you gotta be this type of person, be this type of veteran. It's gonna help you in the long run too. But
listen,
it's hearsay.
Him shooting them dang on bricks over there and don't want to listen, don't want to run no type of offense, no nothing. It really hurt. Like like I say, he's not that type of veteran. And that's the thing is, if somebody's not something, don't try to make them that. That's like trying to go make Pat Beverly shoot 10 threes a game. He ain't a 3-point shooter.
But he'll do it.
You know what I'm saying? But Russell Westbrook, he ain't finna do that, man. And we talking $47 million, man. Please.
It's $47 million and he coming off the bench. Make that make sense.
He ain't finna come off no bench.
But that $47 million will look good in our pockets coming in off season, though.
It's gonna look good in the off season without him being here.
But we also got draft picks too. Capital, you know.
I'm done with the draft. I'm done with the draft at this point, bro. I'm ready for these dudes to play, and then we can go and get them free agents, man. That's the next step.
I can.
Ain't nobody trading for no dang on Lakers draft pick. Ain't nobody don't want that. That's what nobody trading for that.
It could work, man.
Listen,
we had to talk about it though, man. It had Twitter on fire, man. These last couple of days, man.
Yeah, that topic was definitely hot and annoying,
So Russell Westbrook and Lamar Jackson in Detroit 2023, y'all. Let's go for it.
I fucks with Lamar Jackson to Detroit, but Westbrook, nah.
We'll let that one slide though. But
training camp coming up.
Yeah, training camp, man, in a couple of weeks, man. Y'all better get ready. Get ready, man. We set 16 days now about to be until the first preseason game. So yeah, it's about to get real, and it's gonna get real quick because, man, like I said, the implications on this season is crazy. It's already crazy. You think the Lions Arena was sold out? Yeah, Little Caesars Arena is gonna be, man, crazy down there, crazy. So there's a lot of outside Pistons fans, just like it's been Lions fans since Hard Knocks, man. I get a lot of comments like I'm not even a Pistons fan, and I love what Troy Weaver is doing with this team. So you see all type of content creators on YouTube talking about the Pistons. So the interest is very high for the Pistons, man, and we right here knocking on the door, getting an opportunity to see these young bulls go out and finally grace that floor, man.
Indeed. Can't wait, man. Can't wait. I'm gonna be in the building, man. So if you guys is gonna be down there, Little Caesars Arena, and y'all see your boy, man, make sure y'all holler at me, man. Like I said, I look forward to meet you guys. King gonna be in the building as well. This is gonna be a fun season, man. I look forward to it.
Yeah, it can't get here no faster.
We got them things on deck too, man. Y'all see Big Willie or King run up on them, man.
Yeah,
man.
Man.
One of them cards, man.
For sure. Added to your collection, man.
I think we got some autographs in there too, man. Y'all better run up on Big King and Willie when y'all see them, man. Listen,
sure.
I want y'all to irritate them, man. When y'all see them out chilling, hanging, run up on them. Hey, what you got for me, man?
Now Big Gay, be careful. Listen,
you're gonna get fired on. Don't
listen.
Irritate them.
I ain't trying to come on.
Listen. Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on, I gotta switch something right quick, Willie, just to reiterate this for a minute. See the symbol that just popped up in the top right corner of the screen? That's where we come from. You never run up on us. You might get some hot, fresh skippy taps.
Listen, walk briskly, don't run. That's Hey, man, we coming up on 2 hours, man. We been rocking today, man. This was a fun show again, man.
That was a good show, man.
Listen, glad to interact with you guys, man. And you guys in the comment section, man, y'all keep us entertained, man. Listen, I also want to make sure that before this show is over, we got to make sure we give a shout out to our sponsor, Culture Detroit, located in the Fashion Avenue down on Livernois, 19327. And you guys who's any sneakerheads, you want to buy, sell, trade on consignment, Go down and highlight our brothers, man. They're doing big things down in the store, man. Listen, they had the governors, the mayors. They had a Michigan legend come up in there,
Yep.
a basketball legend. They come up in there too recently. So
Yep.
definitely, you may see some guys coming when y'all go into that store. So definitely go check it out. Also, I want to make sure that I give a shout out to our boys from Detroit versus everybody. I was down at the game of the week this Friday, high school game of the week, Cavs versus King. You go on our TikTok page. I did a little TikTok in regards to that. I was representing for Detroit versus everybody. They did the shirts, sweaters, hoodies for the game. They did the King versus everybody, Cavs versus everybody, and they're going to be expanding throughout the city as far as like the high schools around to getting them on board, as well as they also expanded to the HBCUs as well. So you're going to, if y'all see HBCUs, they're going to be in the Detroit versus everybody apparel as well. So look out for that. And when you see that, just know that we let y'all know about it first here, man. So shout out to my brother Sean and Tommy, man, for expanding the Detroit versus everybody, not just for the city, but across the United States.
Salute.
Salute, man. All right, man. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and close out this show. We hope everybody is having a great Sunday evening, man. Get yourselves prepared and get ready to have a nice collective week this week. I know a lot of us got a work week ahead, man. So we got some more great sports coming up this weekend. So everybody, go ahead.
One more thing, King. Hey, I know if y'all can, I meant to do it, but your local suicide awareness number, spread it out to all Sparty fans. Check on them during the week, make sure they doing okay. All right.
Listen, I told you I checked on my boy already. He on his flight back home, so he said, I made sure he was all right, man.
Busted, disgusted, and not to be trusted, and we out.
Yes,